here for another floor core more. This should air on Wednesday for y'all. So let's go ahead and lay down and get ready with our butt squeezes. So squeeze your bottom and release and repeat. So it's a little bit cooler these last day and I think tomorrow. But then I think by Wednesday it's supposed to be back up to 90, which is crazy. And pull your belly button in and release and repeat. This is our imprinting, really pushing that whole spine down into the ground. So we'll have no drop-ins tonight because everyone is snoring in their beds. And back to butt squeezes, this time with a 3-second hold. So squeeze your bottom and hold. 2, 3, release and repeat. Yeah, I think Douglas just fell asleep because he was waiting for me to start videoing so he could come out. So he was rather grumpy that I hadn't started yet. And back to imprinting, also with a 3-second hold and release and repeat. Hold, 2, 3, release and repeat. So not much is new here on the farm. They are getting ready to haul manure, so they'll be stinking up the neighborhood soon. And back to butt squeezes also with a 5-second hold. So squeeze your bottom and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release and repeat. Made some buttermilk pancakes last night because I made butter, so I had the buttermilk. Still need to try the Irish soda bread that someone sent me. I actually think I have enough to do that. And last round, the imprinting, also with the 5-second hold. 4, 5, release and repeat. So when I get done with you all, I'm going to go out and pick my Swiss chard and cook that up with some summer squash. Squash is from last year. Although I did see blossoms this morning when I went to work on it, so that's promising. Alright, so let's let our hands go down on the ground, and we're going to take our fingertips and try and get them towards our heels and then go back down. Up and down. So it's as high as you can, but no farther than your fingertips touching your heels. So it's kind of like a half sit-up. Actually harder than a real sit-up. Or at least that's what my belly muscles tell me. And rest. Ooh, excuse me. And repeat. I guess the other big thing that happened over the weekend was Sophia got her own little four-wheeler Jeep to drive around. It's red. She's very excited. So now, because it's a two-seater, she drives her brother around everywhere. And rest. So he shifts it from reverse and forwards for her while she drives. So some good teamwork going on there. So I know Monday was a repeat of an old video. I honestly have no idea which one aired, so if there's any duplicate exercises, I apologize. But you'll be just fine because you had a day off. Alright, round 3, fingertips to heels. Five, 4, 3, 2, and rest or stop. Alright, so we'll go to something a little easier. So we're going to get into our side lying position. Arm is out. Palms are facing each other. I'm hoping you all can see me because I can't tell if you can. Keeping everything on the right side of your body in contact with the ground. The left arm opens as if it's the sun across the horizon. And then it returns back together. You might feel some snap, crackle, pops as you're opening up that torso region. If you can get your fingertips to touch, try and make it the back of your hand. If you can get the back of your hand to touch, try and make it your wrist. You can get all the above the touch. You would take your top leg and put it under your bottom knee. We call that pretzeling, which takes it to a whole new level of hard. And rest. So what we're going to do is all 3 on this side, and then we'll roll and do all 3 on the other side, so that way you don't have to flip-flop around too much. This is a nice, gentle opening exercise. It goes nicely after a harder exercise like the one we just did. And let's go back to those torso rotations. Watching your hand as it goes, really feeling it in the rib cage. You're going to feel a stretch across the front of the chest. Maybe feel it in the hip region if you're tight there. It's just a really good exercise. And ideally, with each reach, you're going a little farther because things are kind of loosening up. And rest. We got one more on that side and then we'll flip-flop. And go. So by the 3rd round, I can get my fingers a touch, but not quite the back of my hand. So I definitely don't need to pretzel yet. But if it's easy, then feel free to do that. You just kind of hang out there for a second, let gravity do its work. All right. Go ahead and get to your other side. I'm going to try this way because I think you all can see me like this. So I'll give you another second or 2 to get yourself comfortable. Hips at 90, knees at 90. Palms are again facing each other. So again, if you're on the wrong side, it does not matter, but my whole left side is in contact with the body, with the floor, and I'm watching my right arm as it goes across the horizon. for me, this side's a little easier. Because I'm on round 1. And I can already almost make contact with the back of my wrist. So that's normal that one side's more flexible than the other. And rest. So I saw in the cafe that cold soups are back out. Never been one. I don't think I've ever actually tried one. I know that you all really like them. So, that is that. Alright, let's go for round 2. I don't know what's on your all's menu, but in the Arbor Cafe for staff, they had chicken fried cod, which apparently is cod that is fried like you would chicken. I did not get it. I like cod baked. It doesn't need to be fried. It's actually one of my favorite fishes. And rest. So I spotted some tomatoes out in my garden. A little bigger than a golf ball. So we'll see if I have tomatoes by 4th of July. It'll be close. Alright, last round. So even though I can get the back of my wrist a touch, I'm not pretzeling because my left side was nowhere close. And I don't want to get any more lopsided than I already am. So that's also something to think of, is when we're done, maybe go back and do an extra round or 2 if you had one side that was really tight. And stop. Alright, for the next exercise, y'all are just going to love this one. We're going to be on our bellies. Hands are going to be right under our shoulder blades, or our chest muscles. Knees are bent. Gentlemen, you can do straight legs if you need to. Not being sexist, I just don't think any of the ladies can do it with straight legs, because we're going to try and do a push-up. So, all your weight goes onto your hands, and you push your body up as high as you can without becoming a camel. So, camels look like this, right? So, pull that imprint in tight, squeeze your bottom, and push up and lower down. If this is all the higher you can get, I would rather that with a straight body. Men, if you can do it with a straight body, that is fine, but it is extremely difficult. Alright, let's try 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And rest. So again, remember, if you only get a ½ inch off the ground, a ½ inch is better than no inch. Do the best you can, try it, keep trying it, and try it some more. So that's really working the triceps, which actually is a muscle anytime you use your arms to push on anything. Not that I'm encouraging to do this, but such as getting up out of a chair, getting up If you're taking care of a companion or your husband or wife, you have to push the wheelchair. Those are all muscles you use, just like a push-up. So let's try 5 more. Bend those knees, squeeze that butt, pull that belly in tight. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I know I have you all thinking, why are we doing push-ups and floor, core, and more? But if you keep your body in that really tight, straight line, you are engaging your entire core to do that. It's very difficult. It's much easier to sag like a camel while you do it. So, that being said, I have no idea what time I started class. We're not doing 3 sets of that. I can promise you that. Let's get up on all 4. Again, if you have sensitive knees, feel free to use a pillow under them or triple up your yoga mat, whichever you want to do. I'm hoping you all can see me if I'm catty corner. We're doing fire hydrants. So all my weight is going onto my left leg. My right knee is going up. My right knee goes down. But my right knee never touches the ground. And I'm not letting my hip rise and rotate. So try and keep the pelvis even while you do it. You should feel it in your bottom, also known as your glutes, which is part of your core. Again, if this bothers your wrist, because I know some of you have sensitive wrists, you can go up on your knuckles. Really doesn't make it any harder, just takes that bend out. All right, and let's switch sides. So switch all your weight. Pull your belly button in tight. And let's do the other side. So you all can use your imagination as to why these are called fire hydrants. I don't think I need to elaborate anymore. All right, and rest. If you want to go in, I believe this is child pose for your rest. Sit on your hunches, whatever you want. I'm just going to check the time real quick. Pardon me. Oh, we got plenty of time. Got 10 more minutes or so. I have to be really careful I don't run my class over because then it messes up the schedule for Grant's class and, well, basically the rest of the day. All right, get back on all 4 and back to round 2. And that makes 10. Shift your weight, find your balance, get yourself sorted out, and then do your other side. And rest in whatever position you choose. So by round 2, you should really feel that in the bottom if you're really keeping the hips nice and even. And trying to get to about 90 degrees range of motion. Alright, 3rd time's the charm, ladies and gents. Go ahead and get yourself situated. Shift all your weight to one side so the other knee can get up off the ground. And go. And switch to the other side. So get your weight shifted over, get that knee up, kind of find your spot, and go. So even though this is focusing on the core because you're pulling that belly button in and your glutes, by the third time you're feeling it in your triceps too and your forearms from having to hold your body up, which is not a bad thing. It's just working a lot of areas. And go ahead and sit on your bottom. Make sure you're not dizzy. So sometimes people get dizzy when they switch from one position to the other. So just give it a minute and see what's happening. Sorry, ant. All right. Next exercise. Arms are out in front. Shoulders are rounded. So this is a similar exercise to our second exercise, torso rotation. But this is way harder because you're in an unsupported position. So the farther you recline back, the more challenging it is. One arm, my left arm is going to stay in the front while my right arm rotates down and back. And I'm alternating. If it makes you dizzy to watch your hand go, you can focus forwards. But if you want to watch, it's actually good to do that. Because unless you have a backup camera in your car, that is the same motion, or very similar, that you use when you back up to make sure no one's behind you. And rest. Doing okay, I hope. We're almost done. Actually, well, we're close to being done than we are having started, so. All right, go ahead and get in the lazy boy recliner. Round those shoulders, hands are out in front. One arm reaches back, comes back to middle, and then the other. This is a pretty uneventful class for us. No kids, no dog, no cat. Just me. I don't think that's happened in a while. So when I get done with this, get my dinner cooking. We're having salmon burgers to go with that squash and chard. And rest. So despite the fact that one's for the core and the torso, you also, again, start to feel it in that arm region, which just shows you how important it is to have a strong upper body. Because it's a secondary mover in a lot of things that we're unaware of. Alrighty, last time, round those shoulders, arms are out, one stays forward, other one goes back. I think the dog heard me talking about her. She's crying at the door. She spends most of her day outside. She's very happy with that. Running around like a goof with the kids. And rest. Nope, I believe that was a stop. I think that was 3. If not, we're just going to go with it. We have time for one more. So, what we're going to do is we're going to lean back into our lazy boy recliner position, and we're going to hold it there for like 20 seconds. So try and go about 45 degrees, okay? Ready, set, go. Round those shoulders, squeeze that belly tight. We're just hanging out here. That's 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. So we're going to do 20, 25, and then the last one will be 30. And then we'll stretch. And go. Round those shoulders, pull that belly button in through the spine. If it gets too hard, you can sit up a little bit. If it seems too easy, you can recline back. It should not hurt your lower back. If it hurts your lower back, you are too far down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. So the last one will be our last exercise, and we're going to do it for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. Pull that belly button in, round their shoulders, keep those arms up off your legs. That's 10. That's 20. 5, 4, 3, 2, and stop. All right, nice job, all. Let's stretch. So one leg out, one leg bent, the leg that's out. Hands are hanging out on top. Nice hamstring stretch. Pull your toes back. The stretch should get deeper. Whatever leg is out, use the other arm, pinky finger, pinky toe. And switch. Both hands on top. Pull your toes back. Whatever leg is out, use the other arm, pinky finger, pinky toe. You should really feel it down the side of your ribs, which is good after all that stuff we just did. All right. Right knee on top of the right ankle on top of the left knee. Pull the left heel towards the bottom. Push and lean forwards. Left ankle on top of the right knee. Pull the right heel towards the right bottom and lean forwards. Pull your arm across your body. That's for the tricep. And switch. If you can, put your arm up and push back. And switch. Hook your arms behind you, lift them up and, whoop, that hurt. Lift them up and hook up. Just didn't have my fingers right. Take an ear to a shoulder. And the other. Chin to the chest. And chin to the ceiling. All right, great job, everyone, and I hope to see you on Friday. Take care.